Hello guys, I'm Dr. Madhuri from Team MDS Conquer. So I'm back with the applied aspects of local anesthetics, and this pharmacology part has been dealt in one more in other video. So here we'll see only the applied aspects of the local anesthetic drugs. So this is the contents of the video. And first we'll start with the vasoconstrictors. This vasoconstrictors will constrict the blood vessels and it thereby control the tissue perfusion. And when this vasoconstrictor are added to the local anesthetic solutions, it constricts the blood vessels at the site of injection. Absorption of the local anesthetic into the CVS is slowed, increases the duration of action of anesthetics, and decrease the bleeding at the site of administration. And the selection of vasoconstriction should depend upon the dental procedure length, need for hemostasis, and medical status of the patient. And this is the pharmacology. Few points for each of this vasoconstrictor agent. Epinephrine, and here it is highly soluble in water, and its deterioration is been hastened by heat and presence of heavy metal ions like sodium metabisulfate. Metal ions, so sodium metabisulfate is added to delay this deterioration. And shelf life of LA containing vasoconstriction is shorter, and mode of action act on both alpha and beta receptors, but beta actions are more predominant. Whereas naturally occurring includes epinephrine and norepinephrine and dopamine, synthetic or isoproterenol and levonorepinephrine. And these are the actions. For myocardium, it have positive inotropic effect and positive chronotropic. Inotropic means force of contraction, whereas chronotropic rate of contraction effect. Both cardiac output and heart rate are increased. Pacemaker cells will stimulate the beta 1 receptors, and it increases the irritability of the pacemakers, and so that it will lead to the dysarrhythmias. Then on coronary arteries, dilatation can be seen, and on blood pressure, systolic blood pressure is increased and diastolic blood pressure is decreased. So these clinical applications of epinephrine include like in acute allergic reactions, in bronchospasm, treatment of cardiac arrest, as a vasoconstrictor for hemostasis and to produce the mydriasis. Then coming to the other agents like levonorepinephrine, it is a synthetic agent, and it has systemic action similar to epinephrine, but they are very lesser extent. Well, then coming to the phenylephrine or HCl, here it can cause vasodilatory effect, increases both systolic and diastolic pressure, bradycardia, and it is a bronchodilator. Then phenylpressine, so it is direct stimulant of vascular smooth muscle, pronounced actions on venous then arterial microcirculation can be seen, and it has a oxytocic action, so contraindicated in the pregnancy. So these are the important points regarding this agent. Norepinephrine is mainly acts on the alpha receptors, and it is available in both synthetic and the natural forms. So this vasoconstrictor should be, decreased, or it should be modulated or arranged in like cardiovascular diseases, respiratory, metabolic, endocrine, and hematological disorders. So in these patients, it should be modified. So those are the few things about the vasoconstrictor agents which we use in the LA. Then coming to the components of LA solution, it is the local anesthetic agent, sodium chloride, vasoconstrictor, sodium metabisulfite, which is an antioxidant, and methylparaben, which is a bacteriostatic agent. So methods of administration will be your local infiltration, only terminal nerve endings are blocked, field block, it's in the proximity to the large terminal nerve. Then intraligamentory, it provides a single tooth anesthesia. Spinal anesthesia, everyone knows, it's LA injected into the subarachnoid space. Intravenous anesthesia, here the LA is injected into the vein. Then nerve blocks, these are the common use nerve blocks for maxilla. So if they ask about a local anesthetic pharmacology, then you have to write you can mention these names, okay? in applied aspects. And for inferior alar block, areas anesthetized will be of mandibular teeth up to midline, body of the mandible, anterior two-third, and lingual soft tissue. And complications will be like deviation from normally expected pattern during or after securing the analgesia. So now we came into the anesthetic complications. So the anesthetic complications may be local complications or systemic complications. Local complications include needle breakage, persistent anesthesia, facial paralysis, soft tissue injury, hematoma, edema, and pain on injection. And these are the systemic complications, which include anaphylaxis, allergy, syncope, and overdose. These are the systemic complications of the anesthetic agents. The needle breakage, these are the causes, which includes weakening of the needle, bending before insertion, sudden and unexpected movement of the patient, and manufacturing defect. Management is to instruct the patient not to move and do not proceed with the incision. Calmly inform the patient and note the incident on the patient chart. If the fragment is visible, try to remove it. Then persistent anesthesia, it is because of trauma to the nerve or injection of anesthetic agent which is contaminated. So manage is to reassure the patient and determine the extent and degree of paresthesia. Facial paralysis, injected into the capsule of parotid, reassure the patient and eye patch should be applied until the muscle tone returns. Soft tissue injury, so we can prevent with appropriate duration of local anesthesia, and patient and guardian warn against the eating, drinking hot fluids or biting on the lips after the anesthesia given, after the procedure. Hematoma, it's because of arterial or venous puncture, mainly with the posterior superior alveolar nerve block. Prevention, we have to know the normal anatomy, and multiple needle penetration should be avoided. Management, directly pressure should be applied on the bleeding, analgesics, eyes, and do not apply the heat in this condition. Then edema, this is the causes: trauma, infection, allergy, hemorrhage, or injection with irritating solutions. Prevention, complete medical history should be taken priorly, and use of sterile solutions and atraumatic technique. So if edema occurs in area that compromises the breathing, so you have to maintain the airway. Then epinephrine should be given, or a histamic blocker or a corticosteroid. And if there is any total airway obstruction, prepare the patient made for cricothyrotomy. Then trismus, maybe because of trauma or injection with mycotoxic properties, hemorrhages, or a low-grade infection. So prevention, use of sharp and sterile needles, aseptic techniques, multiple injections should be prevented, heat therapy like moist towels to the affected area for 20 minutes, warm saline rinse, and physiotherapy and other therapies like ultrasound, surgical intervention can also be helped in the management of this trismus. Then pain of injection, maybe because of careless injection technique or a rapid deposition of injection. So this to prevent, use sterile anesthetic solutions and inject the solution very slowly. And anaphylaxis is very important. Type 1 allergic reaction, it may be of generalized anaphylaxis or a localized anaphylaxis. So this management includes antihistamines, epinephrine, corticosteroids. And allergy here, this to any local anesthetic agent. So this drugs that cause allergy will be of these drugs. So overdose will be of signs and symptoms like talkativeness, slurred speech, dizziness. Toxic dose will be of tonic-clonic activity followed by the general CNS depression. And syncope, it is the loss of consciousness, transient loss of consciousness. So these are the predisposing factors of the syncope. And these are the clinical manifestations, and these are the late manifestations like pupillary dilation, cold in the hands and feet, hypotension, dizziness, and loss of consciousness. So management, Trendelenburg position, assess the airway, oxygen, ammonia, and atropine can be given in the severe cases. So these all are the brief applied aspects, or like brief clinical aspects which you have to be right for the pharmacology of LA. So these are the references for the video. Thank you for listening.